The cast and director of Jack Ryan, Ghost War are revealing how the upcoming movie has elevated the long-running franchise in a major way. Ghost War is the first Jack Ryan film in 12 years, and in an interview with Screen Rant's Liam Crowley, star John Krasinski explained that creating a movie after the 4-season Prime Video series allowed the team to create a much more explosive, pun intended, movie, even though they all loved working on a show that caters to long-form storytelling. You can see why those movies worked as well as they did because, again, I think we all loved this long-form storytelling, but when you compress it into 2 hours, you really get a much more explosive, pun intended, movie. Kelly, who played Mike November on the TV show and reprises the role for Jack Ryan, Ghost War, added that casting Sienna Miller as MI6 agent Emma Marlowe also elevated the project. It felt like she had been family with us forever, he explained. The talent that she brought to the thing, it's like we made something special. Bringing Sienna in, it was just having that addition to the cast that slid in like she had been family with us forever. The talent that she brought to the thing, it's like we made something special, and I can't wait for everybody to see it. Director Andrew Bernstein's background is in the world of TV, where he's helmed episodes of Mad Men, House, ER, The West Wing, The Americans, Ozark, and multiple episodes of Prime Video's Jack Ryan. He's now returning to the action thriller franchise as the director of Jack Ryan, Ghost War, which is his first feature-length directing job. Moving from TV to a movie has created a major change of pace. Bernstein admitted that with a film, he's had to condense the story into a shorter amount of time while still making sure that you tell everything in that story in the time allotted and give it all the time each one of those elements needs. It's also important that the story is the right fit for a movie format compared to TV. It took 2 years to make Ghost War, which is a much longer process than a TV show and one that Bernstein found to be a positive experience. Honestly, it's the storytelling mostly. It's just sort of condensing it into a shorter amount of time, and making sure you tell everything in that story in the time allotted, and give it all the time each one of those elements needs. And also, as a director, it's sort of the immersive experience of the filmmaking process in terms of being. This movie took 2 years to make, which is different than television, obviously, which is a great thing, because it's sort of just being able to make sure you've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. That's super cool. But at the end of the day, it was with actors and cameras and the same stuff we did in TV. But I think just making sure the storytelling is fit for that format. One of the balancing acts when creating Jack Ryan, Ghost War was making sure the ensemble cast gets its moment in the spotlight, including new cast member Miller, without losing sight of the fact that, at the end of the day, this is a story about Jack Ryan. We wanted to make sure that the POV of the movie was inherently Jack Ryan's POV, in terms of how he dealt with people, what he was going through, Bernstein added. What it came down to was Krasinski and Aaron Rabin's ability to write a script that never lost sight of who the main player in the franchise is. We have such a great supporting cast. And now, we've added Sienna Miller, who's this amazing addition to our family. But it is a Jack Ryan movie, and we kind of always reminded ourselves of that. And we love the ensemble, and they work so well together, but we wanted to make sure that the POV of the movie was inherently Jack Ryan's POV, in terms of how he dealt with people, what he was going through. So, that was just in the storytelling. It was something we reminded ourselves how we shot the movie, I think how John wrote the movie. We all love the ensemble of this cast, but it is called Jack Ryan. So it's like making sure that that is front and center is super important. The first adaptations of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan book series were on the big screen with the feature-length films The Hunt for Red October, Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, The Sum of All Fears and Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit. Following a 4-year hiatus, the franchise was rebooted via the Prime Video series Jack Ryan, which ran for 4 seasons from 2018 to 2023. After the show ended, the team reunited to continue Jack Ryan's adventures as a CIA field operative in the upcoming film Jack Ryan, Ghost War, which also stars Wendell Pierce, Max Beasley, Douglas Hodge, J.J. Field, and McKenna Bridger. Krasinski has multiple roles with this project, both in front of and behind the camera. Aside from starring as Jack Ryan, he co-wrote the script and is an executive producer with Alison Seeger, Andrew Form, Carlton Cuse, and Graham Rowland. Bringing the franchise back to its feature film roots means that the cast and filmmakers can elevate this version of Jack Ryan like never before, as Krasinski, Kelly, and Bernstein revealed. The cast and director of Jack Ryan, Ghost War are revealing how the upcoming movie has elevated the long-running franchise in a major way. Ghost War is the first Jack Ryan film in 12 years, and in an interview with Screen Rant's Liam Crowley, star John Krasinski explained that creating a movie after the 4-season Prime Video series allowed the team to create a much more explosive, pun intended, movie, even though they all loved working on a show that caters to long-form storytelling.